Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're looking at another 5 Rust building tips and tricks for 2019. Tip number 1 is the ladder hatch door. This method simply utilises the space of the floor above by swapping it out for a ladder hatch. This creates an extra layer of defence and makes it more expensive for raiders to progress past this stage. The ladder hatch costs 4 satchels to blow up. It's also great for trap bases, as you can open the ladder hatch and trap people once they go past the ladder hatch points. For this method, all you need to do is build a square airlock with the doors on opposite sides. Instead of placing a floor or roof on top, simply place the floor frame and add a ladder hatch to it. All you need to do is leave the ladder hatch open, and this blocks the path and increases the raid cost. Be sure that you have the walls on each side, because if you have a triangle honeycomb open on the side or space for the raider to walk around, they can. Tip number 2 is the hidden tool cupboard. This method may be obvious to some, but in my experience it can trick a majority of people. Not only does it hide the TC fairly well, but by placing the tier 3 in front you're also increasing the cost to actually get to the TC, and it also makes it an unlootable. The cheapest way to destroy the tier 3 workbench is with 2 C4 at a cost of 4.4k sulfur, and the quickest way to destroy it with melee is by using 88 jackhammers with an estimated time of 18 minutes. Another cool trick is that by placing a box under the tier 3 and then rotating it, you can actually fit another box there too. For this method, you simply need to build your TC into a room with a door frame. Once you've added on your door, you can place the tier 3 as close as possible to the door frame, and this almost fully hides it. To conceal it further, add walls to each side and put some boxes underneath, and it's pretty much unseeable. You can always add extra decorations above to make it less obvious. Tip number 3 is placing half-height floors. I use this method frequently, but many people are unaware. You do not actually need a half wall in order to place a floor at half height. As you can see here, these 2 walls are full walls and are fully supporting the floor. This method does not work the same with door frames, whether it's a single door or a double door frame. For this method, you simply need to build as normal, but where you want to build the half-height floor, build a twig half wall first, place the floor on top, upgrade to metal, and then destroy the half-height wall again. Once this is in place, the stability of the walls will hold this up. This can decrease the cost of your base when you use it multiple times, and also decreases the upkeep. As you can see here, the difference between these two, having the half-height floor, decreases the cost by 200 metal. Tip number 4 is the lowered foundations, creating extra space in your base. This method utilises what is essentially dead space by lowering one foundation and filling it with furnaces. You can do this with squares and add boxes below, but it doesn't work quite as well as with the furnaces. For this method you can build your base as normal, but just slightly higher to allow a lower foundation. Fill the lowered foundation with 3 furnaces and you've gained space for an extra 3 furnaces at no extra cost to your base. This works great in the middle of a base design like this, as shown in my base design, the Bull. You can find a link for this in the video. As you can see here, where the 3 furnaces are placed, I can still run over these as if it was a normal floor. Tip number 5 is anti-ladder measures. This method blocks ladder placements at the top of your base, meaning you don't need to worry about being raided from above via ladders. You can use a number of items for this, such as stone barricades or fridges. However, the metal barricade is the strongest, with the quickest melee raid being 53 jackhammers for 10 minutes or 4 satchel charges at just under 2k sulfur. For this method you need to place a twig, square or triangle out from the side of the top of your base, allowing you to place the barricade slightly further out. You can remove the twig afterwards, and if placed correctly the barricade will stay overhanging. Ladders can't be placed on here, meaning the player can't even climb through, even taking damage. I do a number of base building guides on my channel, so feel free to check those out. As always, if you did enjoy, be sure to like the video as it really helps out, and don't forget to subscribe with notifications turned on to catch all of my content.